What's up everyone, this is Cher talking, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about Seki Shusai again. I made a review on the character, I explained how he works, but I totally forgot one thing that works for evasive counter stance, and it's an exploit of how it benefits from OverDrive. And Sekishusai is a character that works with OverDrive, so this actually makes him better than I explained it. I have to say, and be honest, sorry for missing this point. There is a YouTube video from a creator and shows how Sekishusai works in full potential, and we're going to discuss this in a few. First of all, Sekishusai has this passive called Forged by Adversity. The first effect is the same as JP. The second effect is the same as JP too. When attacked, he increases endurance and will. But then in global, he will also increase his own OD gauge by 15 points. We need 100 to reach OverDrive. So this was already a sign of explaining how to take advantage of him in long fights. You want him to get to OD more than ever, because there is this skill called Disarm, and Disarm uses 6 BP. He can use this 3 times in a row, and even when he counters, he has a chance to debuff STR. I explained that Sekisushai is not as good on doing this as Boston, because Boston hits for triple S damage easily with the pincer time. With each counter, he opens with an 8 power attack. Each counter is 3 E power attacks, that means around triple S damage, and will debuff STR 3 times, and has higher intelligence, and it's also slash and blunt, so covers the slash part. If you have this version of Boston, I still believe that you don't need to summon for Sekisushai. There is a clash in these 2 units, and Boston takes the advantage, because Boston buffs endurance, is the most important status, because we are countering physical attacks that lands against endurance. Boston also recovers BP when he attacks, so he can keep using this attack infinitively if you get many enemies attacking. He also has a damage passive, he also has 100% endurance. In the end, he is still better, at least on doing this. But Sekisushai can do as much damage or even better damage depending on the longevity of the fight and in how many times he gets to OverDrive. And because, well, when Disarm is used in OverDrive, every counter will trigger OverDrive and Jolting Slash Plus, increasing the damage potential by a lot. I did this with other characters in the past, with Boston, with Zeke, but I totally missed the point in my review, and again, sorry for that, about Sekisushai also being a character that can take advantage. But thanks to a video posted by Horace418, we can see the full damage potential of Sekisushai in a formation that benefits him, alongside characters that will buff his damage even further. So if you don't know this channel, please click the like button and subscribe. There are some very interesting videos here. Once again, thanks for posting this. But now let's watch the video. I'll be commenting over it. First of all, the formation is Desert Lance X, and this one will help by getting STR, Agility, Endurance, and Will to Sekisushai, all status that he likes. Well, he just got OD Gauge by being hit, even if he negates or evades, and he even debuffed STR of Alosis because Alosis has very low will. And with some counters, we get a lot of OD Gauge. The other characters used here are Barbara because of Morale Up, then there is Matriarch with Shining Glory, buffing STR and other status. There is also the secret technique from this version of Gustav that increases Great Sword damage. Nalsdor buffing Water Festival will also give defense enhancement, but it's not important since he will be evading with his evasion stance. Now, on turn 2, he already had OD, because of many times being hit, it was enough. Now, it starts the thing. Disarm was triggered inside OverDrive, and then he will trigger Jolting Slash. That we already knew. But then he does not lose the OD stance. He's still on OD stance because all evasion counter characters will do this. Happens with Zeke, happens with other characters as well. Jolting Slash triggered again, so Nice. 2 times doing damage. Of course, the damage here is insane because in this video, we got plenty of characters just helping out Sekishusai reach the highest damage potential possible. So it's an interesting strategy. Then he is a very offensive counter even while he buffs his endurance. So, another thing that you need to consider is that Sekisushai may need help to survive if he's hit by indirect attacks or by magical attacks. This fight specifically against Alosis is just about physical. So in hybrid situations, he may need help since he doesn't have a damage passive himself. So the first hits will do more damage to Sekishusai than they do to a character that has a defensive passive. But still, it's a pretty valid strategy that is both offensive and defensive and should be used if you get the character. And one other point is that he got into OD on the end of the first turn and it was extremely fast, right? It's because when he counters with disarm, he builds some over the gauge itself. But we don't know the value. I even searched it through Naurama Saga. They don't have the OD value of the disarm attack itself. So you get 15 by just being hit and then a little more when you counter. So on average, 3 counters will be enough to get him into OverDrive. And that is actually pretty common to get him 3 times in a fight. So that's why it got into OD super fast. So again, by exploiting the OD mechanic, Sekishusai becomes a much better damage dealer, and that actually puts him closer to Boston. I know they are still inferior to Polka, but this makes him much better than I expected. He can still do single target damage with Jochin/X, but I do believe that his selling point is actually disarm, and he can use 3 times in a row. Sometimes it will be enough to finish a boss. I can say that he's now more in point with Boston, although they don't beat Polka because Polka heals the party and everything, but Boston is the better debuffer. And Sekishusai can be the better damage dealer, depending on how many turns have passed. Or Polka can just do more damage against multiple enemies, depending on how they are aligned, but Polka always has the extra of being able to heal the party. But in the end, I think that by having 2 premium styles that are top on their mechanics makes this banner even better. I said it was a bronze award, but well, in his banner he also has Sparrow. Sparrow is an amazing bow user, then he can even inflict status ailments. In the current Pandemonium Tower, he has his users. If you don't have any other Paralyze or Confusion Inflictor, he helps a lot trying to inflict these status ailments on the 7 heroes, and he will be worked for Remembrances since we barely have bow users. We still have Arias, a very strange support character, but having those 2 already increases the value for silver. So sorry once again by not mentioning this mechanic in my review, and thanks Horace for 18 by showcasing it on a video. Right now, some people may think about summoning on this banner because the newest announced is UDX Wheel and has only 1 limited style. Some people may still find utility by summoning on Sekishusai and Sparrow, depending on what they are lacking. So it's important to understand the real capabilities of the characters. But that's about it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you soon in the next one. Bye.